Mo crew. I'm out here predator hunting and small game hunting. I'm going to be going over in this video some of the things that you need as a minimalist. Some people are going to argue that you don't need as much as the stuff I'm going to be presenting in the video, but if you want to have a successful hunt for predators, which happen to be the most elusive and most stealthy animals that you're going to hunt, these are some pretty good ideas. So I'm going to go over a couple. First, the tools to get the job done. Your predator rifle, the one that I use, I covered in other videos. This one is the Savage 93 G series. So it has I think the G series is the only one that has the rear sight and the front sight and everything. I just went ahead. I'm a fan of good ideas and everything. So what I like to go over is different types of positions where you can hunt from. I like to hunt from the prone position, which is why I included a bipod, adjustable one. You can even bring it out to a little bit further and everything in case it sinks into the snow. So that's a good feature. Of course, the sling, I spray painted it white. A nice clear scope. I chose a bolt action 22 Magnum because I like having some range and everything, but I also don't like to destroy a pelt. And a buttstock pouch. So I covered this in another video too for the small game workhorse. That's why I just included these features on the 22 Magnum. Also, I mentioned in another video, of course, the Weaver Caspa. While I was out here another time, small game hunting and predator hunting, I slipped out by where my truck is and busted the scope off, and that was pretty upsetting, but it was an excuse to buy a new scope, which is never a bad thing. So yeah, so this is one of the more affordable scopes and super clear. I wish I had a good quality video where I could show you what it looks like through the reticle. It's actually pretty nice. But I'm going to go into some more gear that you're going to need for predator hunting. So put the rifle down. Alright, so in other videos, of course, I mentioned a bag loaded with all the same stuff that I mentioned in my first video, the one that's called turkey hunting as a minimalist, the stuff that you need. But this one's in addition to having a decoy of some sort. Predators, they are stimulated by movement and sound. If you happen to fool them on both, you kind of have them in a situation like I did yesterday. Yesterday I had the chance on a coyote. It was about 20 feet away from me, and not even 2 minutes into using this along with my this thing right here. This is called the Johnny Stewart. It's a predator call. It comes loaded with different calls like the cottontail distress, the jackrabbit bleat, doe or fawn in distress, and coyote pup distress and everything. So this one's a good option. It called it in within 2 minutes of me being out here. But reason why I couldn't get a shot off on it was it was sitting through some thick brush. I saw the outline of it and everything. I was kind of getting interested in this combo while it was out there. And it saw me as soon as I took the safety off. I thought I was going to start, stealthily creeping towards the decoy and the call. But instead, when I flipped my safety off, it ran back to where the direction it came from. So yeah, so it's always good to use these things to get like some stimulation out there, see if anything comes to it. You really don't have an idea of what's in your area that you hunt until you kind of get some respond to your calls. I mean, you can look at footprints and sign all day. I mean, there's a buttload of coyote shit all over the place. And there's urine right by these trees. There's tracks all over the place, but you really don't know what is like currently out here until you actually have an eye on them. So these are a really good choice. All right, so and another thing, you're gonna want some sort of scent reducer. So this used along with the key style scent tags. You dip the scent tag inside this bottle after hanging on a branch. In predator hunting, it's always recommended that you use 2 scent tags, judging which direction the wind's coming from. So if your shooting spot is like, say, scent tag right here, hunter right here, depending on where the wind direction is, you're going to always be covered. So this is the stuff that I use right here. That says not to actually wear it because you might get attacked, which I believe. They're pretty ballsy around here. And last thing but not least, so like I mentioned, like when I was talking about different positions to sit in and everything, there's always a seated position where you put your back up against a tree, and you need something to rest your rifle on. That way you don't have to like scare anything off by lifting your rifle up and bring the scope up to your eye. So it's always good to use the tripod. This thing swivels at the top, and it's rubber too, so it's pretty quiet. It's not gonna have that scratchy sound, so it's just nice and quiet. I'm spinning it right now. There's absolutely nothing. You can hardly hear it. So yeah, this is an option too. Most coyote hunters and predator hunters, they do hunt in the seated position. I just choose which position I want based off of where I am. If I see a lot of trees and like not enough underbrush and everything, I can put my back up against a tree and like my bullet's not gonna get thrown off by the underbrush. Also, the coyote hunt yesterday, that was because he was in like such thick brush. I didn't feel like shooting a 22 caliber bullet through the brush because I may have hit the coyote and didn't kill it. So I was not going to spend the rest of the day tracking, and I refused to do that. So, especially since it's a very small property and it could go on somebody else's property, going onto somebody else's property with a rifle is not going to probably be the best idea. But in previous videos, like the turkey hunting one, you have different preparation things. I forgot my Boker knife that I rave about out there. I think it's in my truck, but I always have a backup. This is a skinning knife. Skinning knife is always useful too, especially since you're going to be doing pelt preparation while the body's still warm. That's the best time to do it, right after the kill. Take the hide off of it while the body's still warm. Comes off a lot easier. And yeah, that's pretty much it that I have for different advice and everything. For camo's a big one. This is March 20th right now. Yesterday was my birthday. When you're looking around and everything, you're gonna see different patches. Like you're gonna see grass all around and everything. There's different areas around here that is like melted, and I'm gonna pan for you real quick. So there's different areas that are melted, like over there beyond the little gully. There's like a little lowland where the swamp is. Well, there's grass exposed already, and there's a lot of trees. There's not one spot that's just pure white, except for right in the middle of nowhere. And you're gonna want some sort of cover to cover any movement and everything. So I have 2 different types of hunting camo. My winter hunting camo, which is just my straight white, and like my hunting cap and other previous videos and everything. And then I have my spring turkey hunting clothes, which are these guys right here. My coveralls and my jacket. Other than that, there's really not much else to cover. But yeah, it's recommended for predator hunting you use something that's 22 caliber. And that could be anywhere from 22 Magnum to 22 250. I really like using a 22 Magnum. I've killed coyotes twice with a 22 Magnum, a little badger, and this one's a little bit more sophisticated, but I have not killed anything yet with this one. So I'm just waiting for that opportunity. I almost forgot. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the outdoors.